Welcome to online education of New Satyam Catholic School. Chapter number 23 Infectious Diseases and How to Prevent Them. Good morning, students. Let's begin our studies with chapter number 23 of our EVS1 subject Infectious Diseases and How to Prevent Them. Okay, students, what is infectious disease? Infectious disease are the disease which is passed from one person to another person. For example, our COVID-19. It is also a type of infectious disease and it is pandemic because it has spread throughout the world. Okay, if any person is suffering from cold or if he is sneezing openly and if any person inhales those germs, what will happen? He would get that disease. So that is why we are taking precautions by wearing mask. If anybody is coughing or sneezing, the germs directly won't go enter our body. Is that clear? So that is infectious disease. Here one example is given. Mother has got burn and grandpa is having headache. So is this possible that headache of a grandpa or burn of a mother is passing from one person to another? Or do you get burn when mother is getting burn? ऐसा नहीं होता ना. हाँ, if grandpa is having headache you will also get headache. No ना, ऐसा कभी नहीं होगा. Why? Because they are not the infectious disease. Infectious disease are the disease. The following picture shows that the girl has got injury in his leg. Why? Because she has fall down. What about the woman? She is having headache. So students, these two are the non-infectious disease. That is, they can't spread from one person to another person. She fall down. That is why she got an injury. So, and the woman is having headache. It must be a different region that she must be having lot of tension or she must be having suffering from hypertension or low BP. So there must be some other reason. But these two diseases are not infectious disease. It is spreading from one person to another. Let's look at those infectious disease. Cold, ringworm, scabies, chickenpox. Students, these are the infectious diseases. It is spread from one person to another. Okay, if a healthy person is coming in contact with the infected person, immediately the spread of disease take place. So he also suffer from the same disease. What is the cause of infectious disease? क्यों होता है infection? Can you tell me why this infection take place? Because of microorganism. Organisms are the real cause of infection. Okay, this infection occur because of microorganism. They are present in air, water, foods. Let's know the causes of infection. How one person is getting infected? Yes, can you tell me how one person is getting infected? It is only because of the microorganisms which are present in the air. Yes, they are caused by microorganism. Every infectious disease is caused by specific microorganism, that is germs. When germs of a particular disease enter the body and begin to grow, the person get disease. समझ में आया आपको? Germs enter होते हैं and it grow inside the body and then the person is getting infected. This is how the infection spread. How is one person disease spread to other person? Let's see. When a person has a cold, the germs from his body spread in air. And when he cough or sneeze, when these germs enter the other person's body, they also get affected with cold. Okay, so this is how the spread is spread. This is how the disease spread. Typhoid. Typhoid spread when its germs are passed from a person ill with typhoid to another person. Typhoid is spreading disease. So when one person is affected with typhoid, the other person who is in contact with that person also will get the typhoid because the germ passes from the infected person to the healthy person. Is that clear? Everybody समझ में आ रहा है आपको क्या बता रही हूं मैं? So how the disease is spreading from one person to another? Yes, due to germs present in the air. These germs are entering into the healthy person body, and in this manner the infection passes from one person to another person. Our next topic is spread of infectious disease. What are the different ways in which the infectious disease spread? So naturally they are air, water and food. So here we are going to see how the spread of disease occur in air. So, germs of a disease like influenza are present in the spittle saliva of a person who has the disease. When he cough, spit, or sneeze, they enter the air with the tiny droplets of saliva or spit. Do not cough or spit in open. So that is why your mother she used to tell to cover your mouth while coughing or sneezing so that it prevents the germs spreading in the air. So it will be your surrounding peoples will be protected from those germs. When healthy people breathe in that same air, the germs enter their bodies. Disease of throat and chest spread through air. For example, tuberculosis, swine flu, etc. They are the diseases they are spreading through air. That is why we are told to cover our nose or mouth when we cough or sneeze. Measure for preventing the spread of disease. Students, our next topic is disease spread through water. So, which are the diseases spread through water? Typhoid, jaundice, diarrhea, cholera. So, these are the diseases which are spreading through water. It is our responsibility to prevent pollution of public source of water. Our next topic is spread of disease through water. So, germs of disease of intestine like typhoid, cholera, diarrhea, etc. are present inside the water. If by mistake it happens that the germs of this disease enter into the healthy person body, then it affects the intestine of the person and he will also suffer from the same disease. That is, it may be jaundice, typhoid. It depends upon the type of bacteria or germs enter the person's body. To prevent the spread of disease in this manner, it is best to avoid washing clothes, bathing in the water, such as defecating on the bank of water, etc. So these things should be stopped. Next, spread of disease through food. Students, here the clear picture is shown where the disease can be easily spread through food. Our next topic is spread of disease through food. If you have heard a number of people getting gastro or diarrhea after eating contaminated food at the function, disease spread through food is said to be food poisoning. Disease spread through food is said to be food poisoning. Okay. So you have seen flies sitting on the dirt when they sit on the faces of the person who has intestinal disease. The germs of the disease stuck to the legs of the flies. Okay. And when they same flies sit on our food, the germ enter the food. If we eat that food, the germ enter our body and we can get disease. That is why it is important to always keep food covered. Wash your hands clean and keep food covered. ठीक है तो फूड को हमेशा क्या करना है कवर करके रखना है yes we should cover the food next food is handled while preparing or serving it if someone Food is handled while preparing or serving it. If someone who has an intestinal disease handle the food or serve the food without washing its hand properly, the germ sticking to his hand can enter the food. Food contamination in this way can cause disease. One must avoid eating it, and maintaining cleanliness everywhere is beneficial for our health. I repeat, maintaining cleanliness everywhere is beneficial for our health. Our next topic is spread of disease by insect. You you may be aware that one can get malaria by bite of certain kind of mosquito. When these type of mosquito bites someone who has malaria, the malaria germ in the person blood enter into the mosquito's body, and when that mosquito bite to some other person, he too get malaria. Okay, so in this way malaria spread from one person to another, okay, by means of mosquito, and mosquito is insect. That is why malaria is insect producing disease. So chikungunya is also a disease which has been spread through malaria. Next is spread of disease by direct contact. Okay, ringworm, scabies are the diseases that affect the skin. These germs are found on the skin. If someone else come in contact with the skin of a person having these disease or wear his cloth or wear his clothes, then that person can get disease too. That is why it is better to avoid sharing of clothes. Our next topic is an epidemic of a disease. So, what is epidemic of disease? That is one at a time, many people are affected. Germs of disease like flu or conjunctivitis spread quickly through air. So many people can get such diseases at one time. If the water of a common source is contaminated by germs of a disease like cholera, then there is a danger of all those who drink that water get this disease. If at some place mosquito breed in large number, then many people there can get malaria. When many people in one area get the same infectious disease all at the same time, we say that there is an epidemic disease. Understood students? एक ही समय पे बहुत से लोगों का बीमार पड़ना ही एपिडेमिक डिजीज होता है. Air, water, food, and insect are medium through which diseases spread. Hence, if everyone take care to ensure that the germs do not enter our body, water or air, and to prevent the breeding of insect that spread disease, it is possible to prevent a disease from becoming an epidemic. For this, it is important for all of us to make cleanliness a habit. The next topic is prevention of infectious disease. Let's look how can we prevent from getting infection. Next, we are going to see prevention of infectious disease. To prevent disease from spreading through water, it is purified at water work. In small towns and villages, bleaching powder is added to community source of water to kill the germs and make water safe for drinking. What is added to the water? Bleaching powder is added to water. Why bleaching powder is added? To kill the germs in the water and to make water safe for drinking. When there is an epidemic of gastro or jaundice, people are advised to boil water before drinking. People are advised to drink boiled water. To prevent mosquito from breeding, we must ensure there is no stagnant water in the surrounding. Yes, there should be no stagnant water. पानी जमा नहीं रहना चाहिए क्योंकि जहां पानी जमा रहेगा वहां मॉस्किटोज के एग्स रहते हैं और एग्स के कारण क्या होता है मच्छर होते हैं ठीक तो जहां मच्छर वहां मलेरिया right so to prevent mosquito from breeding we must ensure that there is no stagnant water in the surrounding but if that is not possible insecticides that is dawai दवाई छिड़की जाती है. Insecticides have to be used. Thus, disease like malaria can be. People who have serious infectious disease like tuberculosis or swine flu are quarantined. They are quarantined. उनको अलग रखा जाता है. Yes, there are special ward in hospital for the people with infectious disease. Clothes and utensils used by the patients are washed with germicides. The spittle of a person who has tuberculosis is collected in a vessel and covered with the germicides like phenyl. Such precautions helps to prevent the disease from spreading to others. To prevent the disease through air, people should cover the mouth or sneeze or cough and avoid spitting in open. If it is necessary to with such a patient, a mask should be worn to cover the nose and mouth. If someone in the family get an infectious disease, government health department should be informed so that necessary step for preventing the spread of disease can be taken. The next topic is vaccination. Vaccination. When there is an epidemic of disease, does every person in the area get the disease? Of course. Epidemic means in the area the widespread of disease is there, and that is why vaccination is necessary. So when disease producing microorganism enter our body, the body resists the disease or fight the germs. Okay, that is why many times we do not get a disease even if germs enter our body. Yes, another way to prevent is vaccination. Our body develop resistance to particular disease if we are vaccinated against it. Vaccination. Soon after a baby is born, she is given a tuberculosis vaccine. When a baby is 1.5 months old, she is given vaccination against diphtheria, whooping cough, tetanus, and polio. Two more doses of these vaccination are given at interval of 1 month. So total 3 doses are given regarding this diseases. Vaccination for diphtheria, whooping cough and tetanus are combined into triple vaccine and given as an infection. Polio vaccine is given orally. Public health services and facilities. To prevent the disease of infection of diseases and epidemic, health and community welfare programs are undertaken at the national level. Community program for vaccination are also undertaken as a part of national health scheme. Children are given vaccination by trained people. Special camps are arranged for this purpose. Primary health centers have been established at village level. There are also facilities like mobile dispensaries, ambulance, and welfare funds for disabled. Services like examination of urine and blood test, X-ray, ultrasound, sonography, and other scan are also available through health programs. Thus, patients can get services they need without delay. People are educated about the right method of handling drinking water and food. They are urged to maintain cleanliness in their surrounding. It is now forbidden by law to spit in public place. The purpose of this ban is to prevent the spread of disease. Mass media are also used for raising public awareness and about health and hygiene issues. Okay, so it's time for recapitulation. What have we learned from this lesson? So, students, what have we learned from this lesson? Disease caused by microorganisms are called infectious disease. Microorganisms that causes disease are called as germs. Every infection disease is caused by a specific microorganism or germs. The infectious disease spread through water, food, and air by direct contact or through insect bite. If care is taken to prevent germs from entering the body, the spread of disease can be prevented. If any person is in place get disease at the same time, it is called epidemic. Vaccination is an excellent method for preventing disease. So with this, I am finishing of the lesson. Next, we have to go with our assignment work. Bye, students. Have a nice day.